Hey guys, welcome back to another video. This is Eric from YouGotSect. I promised you guys a 90 FPS PUBG test between 4 of the big gaming phones, but in this case, I'm going to be doing it with 5. So what are these 5 gaming phones on my table right now? On the leftmost, I've got the Red Magic 6 Pro, the Black Shark 4 Pro, the Red Magic 6R, the ROG Phone 5, and the Lenovo Legion 2. 5 of the most powerful gaming phones out in the market right now. So what are we waiting for, guys? Let's get this PUBG gaming test started. So before I go ahead and start the gameplay test, all of these phones rock the Qualcomm Snapdragon 888. And just to keep things fair, guys, all these phones have the same configuration. They've all got 12GB of LPDDR5 RAM and 256GB of UFS 3.1 storage. The only difference here, guys, is the maximum refresh rate. The phone with the highest refresh rate is the Red Magic 6 Pro over here with a refresh rate of 165Hz, while the rest of the phones all have the same 144Hz refresh rate. And one other difference here, guys, is the battery capacity. The phone with the biggest capacity is the ROG Phone 5 with a 6000 mAh battery, followed by the Lenovo Legion 2 with 5500, then the Red Magic 6 Pro and the Black Shark 4 Pro has 4500 mAh, and the phone with the lowest or the smallest battery is the Red Magic 6R with only 4200 mAh. Now for testing, I'm going to be running PUBG at 90 frames per second on all of these phones because that option just got added to the latest version of PUBG. And of course, we're going to be checking the temperatures of the phone during gaming, and we'll see how much battery it uses to run PUBG. And also just keep note, guys, in all of these tests, I'm going to be running it on their dedicated game modes. So the Nubia Game Center on the 2 Nubia phones, the Shark Space on the Black Shark 4 Pro, and of course, Armory Console on the ROG Phone 5, and Rampage mode on the Lenovo Legion 2. So let's go ahead and test the first phone, guys.
Get in the car. Mark the location. vehicle. Location.
Alright guys, so the test is done. It was pretty interesting all throughout, but I think all of these phones did pretty well. Now for the final temps on the ROG Phone 5, we hit a temperature of 43.8 degrees Celsius on the front and 43.2 at the back. Now in measuring these temperatures, I measured at the point where it gets the hottest. So that means that's where the chip is located. So in the case of the ROG Phone 5, it's right at the center. So that's why the temperatures that I measured is at the center of the phone. Now for the Black Shark 4 Pro, this was a bit of a surprise guys. It was actually the coolest phone among the 5. It hit 40.4 degrees Celsius at the front and 42.9 at the back. Another big surprise here is the Lenovo Legion 2. It was actually the hottest phone even though I turned on the dual fans on this phone. The front reached a pretty hot 45.6 degrees and the back was 42.6. The Redmagic 6 Pro was the second coolest at 41.1 degrees Celsius at the front and it had the coolest back at 38.5. Now the Redmagic 6R, because it didn't have any internal fan, it actually got almost as hot as the Lenovo Legion 2, hitting 45.4 degrees Celsius at the front and 43 degrees Celsius at the back, which is pretty impressive guys because this phone doesn't have a fan. The Lenovo Legion 2 has a fan, but it actually ran hotter than the Redmagic 6R. So who actually wins the FPS crown here guys? It's actually the Lenovo Legion 2. It narrowly beat out the Redmagic 6 Pro with an average FPS of 89.6. In second place, the Redmagic 6 Pro with an FPS of 89.4, followed by the ROG Phone 5 at 89.3, and the Black Shark 4 Pro and the Redmagic 6R both hit 89.2. Now those scores are very close guys. The difference between these 5 phones is actually less than 1 FPS. So that actually tells us all these phones can pretty much max out 90 FPS on PUBG. So it doesn't matter which phone you choose, you're going to be assured of a very stable gameplay. And in terms of battery, this is something that you guys should consider as well because enabling the 90 FPS option will definitely eat up your battery life. The Redmagic 6R used 4.7 watts of power, while the ROG Phone 5 used 5.1. The Black Shark 4 Pro as well used 5.1. The Redmagic 6 Pro used 5.4 watts and the phone that used the most watts is the Lenovo Legion 2 with a whopping 6.4 watts. And if I run the numbers, here's the estimated hours of playtime that you're going to expect between these phones from a full charge. Now the big winner here, no surprise, is the ROG Phone 5. You can expect around 9 hours of game time at 90 FPS with PUBG because this phone has the biggest battery at 6000 mAh. In second place, kinda surprised me because the Black Shark 4 Pro can give you around 7 hours of playtime and it's doing that with a smaller 4500 mAh battery. In third place, At 6.5 hours, I've got the Red Magic 6 Pro, which is also pretty impressive since it only has a 4500 mAh battery as well. Pretty disappointing here, guys, is in 4th place I've got the Lenovo Legion 2. Even though it has a 5500 mAh battery, you can expect around 3 to 3.5 hours max of PUBG gameplay. And in last place I've got the Red Magic 6R with a battery life of just a few minutes shorter than the Lenovo Legion 2. This is one of the results that I was expecting because this phone has the smallest battery at 4200 mAh. So there is one other thing that I noticed during the gaming sessions between these 5 gaming phones. The 2 most responsive phones in terms of the shoulder triggers is the Red Magic 6 Pro and the Red Magic 6R, and the Black Shark 4 Pro because it has physical shoulder buttons. The ROG Phone 5 hit the middle ground, and in terms of touch response, I really felt that the Lenovo Legion 2 lagged behind the others because I had to press the shoulder buttons a lot harder on the Lenovo Legion 2, even though I maxed out the sensitivity on the phone. So if you're asking me which of these 5 phones I'm going to recommend for PUBG, it's going to be the ROG Phone 5 because the temperatures didn't get too high and you can actually play a lot longer on this phone compared to the others. Now if you don't want your fingers getting warm, then the Red Magic 6 Pro and the Black Shark 4 Pro are the phones to get. I can't really recommend the Lenovo Legion 2 because not only does it get the hottest, but you can only play a couple of hours before needing to recharge the battery. The Red Magic 6R is kind of an odd one here, guys, because even though it is very responsive, I didn't like that Nubia only gave it a 4200 mAh battery. If it had a bigger battery, then it would be on par with the Red Magic 6 Pro. But one thing that the Red Magic 6R has that the other phones don't have is that this is actually one of the thinnest gaming phones that I've got here. So if you compare it with the rest, so I've got the Black Shark 4 Pro, it is also pretty thin, but you can see how much thinner the Red Magic 6R is. And if you compare it with the Lenovo Legion 2, you can see how thick it is. Pretty disappointed with the Lenovo Legion 2 overall, guys, because it has so much going for it. It has dual fans and the center part is already thick to allow all that cooling pipes to do its job, but doesn't seem to be doing it that well. So let me know in the comment section down below if you disagree or if you agree with my points. But until then, we'll end this gameplay test right here. I've still got a lot of videos on the way, so make sure you're subscribed and you turn on your notifications so you get notified once those videos are up. And as usual, a sub would be massively appreciated. Please like and subscribe, hit that bell icon notification, and see you all in my next one.